Coach, one more question I have for you before I let you go. I've been standing on the table since I could do this. Man, I'm coming up on half my life I've been spending covering this sport. I believe in the players that are from the state of Oklahoma.
Hmm.
I believe that it matters a little bit more for them for obvious reasons. We're the hometown, we're the pro team in the state,
Yeah.
and most of them are raised to know that. I also am looking at guys. Hell, your brother Mike does a great job recruiting us. Brendan Presley's up there, Kendall Daniels is up there, and every now
Yeah.
and again he'll hit on somebody that was overlooked
Yeah.
and playing quarterback in Texas comes his RB1, right? And Ollie Gordon. I'm curious, what do you think about the state of high school football in the state of Oklahoma?
It's really good. It's very competitive. It's really good. And again, I'll be honest with you, we overlooked it at times when I was at OU for many years. We took a bunch of players and had success, but we probably overlooked some guys as well. You got to believe in your system,
Hmm.
and as a head coach and coach, you got to believe in yourself. I also took a lot of when I was at OU. I took a lot of walk-ons, and I developed those guys, and those guys became starters. The Drake Stoops, the Lee Morrises. A lot of those inside receivers, Nick
Those are
Basquin
stars.
from
Those aren't just starters.
Norman
Those are
North.
stars.
Those are guys that won championships that I won championships with because I believed I could develop them. I could teach them how to win and be really good. And so you got to believe in your system. You got to believe in yourself. And at the end of the day, man, you got to develop. It's just like today. With the world. Look at Oklahoma with Jackson Arnold right now. Jackson Arnold's a redshirt freshman. Man, he's only played in 5 games. Period. But we expect just because he was a 5-star and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country that he should be winning a Heisman his freshman year. I mean, that's the world we live in. Everybody wants greatness right now, and not everybody can give greatness right now. Sometimes it takes time. There's been so many players. I can go through Trent Williams for 3 years. He's the best offensive lineman maybe to ever play in the game. He's with San Francisco 49ers. We tried to run him off for 3 years. He was lazy, didn't want to come to workouts. Schmitty was on him. I mean, it was a mess, and he turned it around. Obo turned it around. I mean, just so many guys, just because they're not great in year one, year two, we got to have patience with them, man. You got to have patience because they have the talent, but it's coaches' jobs to bring them along. It's coaches' jobs to develop and get that very best out of them and help them, good times or bad.
I love that, Coach. Obo Oronkro. There's a
Oh,
name.
yeah.
Another guy,
Yeah.
Parnell Motley. I was
Oh,
going, is
yeah.
he going to
Oh, my
figure it out,
gosh.
man? Like,
Oh, my gosh.
is he going to figure it out?
Hey,
Uh,
I can go on down the list. There's guys that were all conference, all American players, guys that got in the NFL in their first, second year. No, they were nowhere close to it. They were lazy, didn't want to work. They weren't just as good players, but sometimes the light bulb, the light switch turns on a little bit later than everybody else. Sometimes it turns on a little bit earlier. We're going to get a chance to find out about Michael Hawkins Jr.
mhm.
I recruited his daddy. His daddy was a freak of an athlete, freak, you know, but I know how he raised Michael Hawkins Jr. and he raised him hard. He loved him and he coached him hard. Kevin Murray, Kyler Murray's dad, has coached Michael Hawkins Jr. to be in this position. We're going to see when he gets out there. I think he has the it factor. I'm not saying he's going to, be an all conference player this year. I'm not saying they're going to go win 10 games with him, but that boy kind of has it, and that goes a long ways in recruiting and players nowadays.
Coach, if you allow me, I'm gonna speak to you from the standpoint of somebody who's watching these games, ain't in the room, but we see what we see with our eyes.
Yeah.
Uh, Trent Williams had. I saw Sergio Kendall beat up on him, and I'm going, is this who we are? Is this what it's gonna be? And he turns out to be the player that he is. To your point about it takes some time. To the point about Heisman's and wanting guys to be great, I say this, Coach. It's Oklahoma for a reason, and our expectations are expectations. Are they unfounded sometimes? Yes. Are we impatient? Yes. But that's because we can't play. Like I forget who said this, but 3 million head coaches in the state of Oklahoma, only one of us is getting paid.
That's right.
That's
That's
how it
good.
feels. So if we come on strong, it's because we love it. It's because we love that program, and I think most
Yeah.
people they love their college football program, but it's losing is not what we do well over here. We are not
No, no,
patient people.
no.
So what would you tell us? What would you tell us?
I mean, you got to try to find a way to have some patience. The problem nowadays is social media. That's the problem, because the minority is going to take to the social media for the most part, and the minority are the ones that are going to voice their opinion and be loud. And we know everybody's got cell phone in their hand. Everybody's got earbuds in their ears. So they're on social media and they're reading that stuff, man. And you can destroy these young men. You can destroy these young men. You really, really can. But that's not what this team needs. That's not what Oklahoma's offense needs right now. Trust me, there ain't nobody working harder than those assistant coaches in there. And I can promise you this: Brent Venables is on their ass. All those coaches in there. He was on them Saturday night. He's on them Sunday. He's on yesterday. He's on them today, because that's how he is, and he's on everybody. That's but that's part of being a great coach is you gotta help them through times and make sure that they're seeing what they're doing is the right thing for these young men. And but it's a group effort, man. It's everybody's got to be on the same page. Again, the OU defense is everybody has got to look at that the way they looked at OU offense for the last 10, 15 years or whatever. This defense is going to give you a chance to win games this year. It's going to give you a chance to win games this year. That hasn't happened in a long time around here. That has not happened in a very, very long time. And they played on a higher level Saturday night versus Tennessee than they played in the first three games. More, I know they got after Temple and they got after, Temple's terrible, but Tulane and Houston, I know they got after them, but they played better versus Tennessee, which is a much better team than they played against Tulane and Houston against their offense. So just hang in there. I know it's going to be rough, but it's going to become even more rough because you're in the SEC. And you look in the top offenses in the country right now, the top defenses in the country right now, there's probably about three of them in the top six that are on our schedule, that are on OU schedule this year, so it ain't going to get any easier. It's not going to get any easier.
Well, hey, look, punch me in the mouth and I'm bleeding. I'm still in the fight. That's
right.
Know. So
that's exactly right.
My goodness. Cale Gundy played quarterback at Oklahoma. When he left, he had virtually every passing record there was, and then he recruited players that were breaking them. Spent half your life you given Oklahoma, Cale, and 23 years as an assistant coach. Yeah. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, RJ. Thank you.